Speaking of self-awareness, you know who has no self-awareness?
I wonder who. There's so many people lack self-awareness these days.
Matt Bahr.
We need to narrow it down. Oh,
Matt
of
Bahr
course.
got no self-awareness. Let me show you a little something. Someone sent me this. They sent me this screenshot. They're like, hey, check this out. It's from a couple days ago, I guess.
We went from the rat to the monkey.
It's from Matt Bahr. So it's from the 6th of April. I don't know who he's replying to, but he says, you two want to hear something fucked up? I went to my LCS, bought the Black Panther collection, volume 2. Well, that is fucked up. I don't know why you would do that.
Yeah, why would
I agree. It was fucked up that you went and you bought the Black Panther collection too. You tell stories like a woman, okay? You start with the interesting thing. Men tell stories with the interesting part. You go, this is the thing that happened that's interesting. Then you work backwards from there, right? You go, hey, me and Jimmy just fucking knocked over a fucking liquor store. And then you tell how you got there, right? You don't go, okay, so that me and Jimmy, we were on the phone, and then we went, we got some ice creams, and then, then eventually, like an hour later, you get to the fucking interesting part. Like a woman. That's how women tell stories. I mean, that's almost like, that's how you can do like a gender test on people. Just ask them to tell you a story. They tell you the story with the interesting part first. That's a man. You're like, oh, sorry, you're a man. They tell you with the interesting part last. You're like, oh, yeah, you are definitely a woman.
Men are the very reason why people avoid spoilers.
Yeah. Lol, he's streaming that EBS is being destroyed by Rippa sales right now. All right, so he says he bought the Black Panther collection volume 2 and talked to them about a signing of Rock and Roll Ninja. They were down for it until they heard who wrote it. He said, quote, yeah, our customer base hasn't been too interested in anything from Dixon for the last 10 years. Mainly the Comicsgate stuff. He said it weird, like 2 words. 2 words, like, oh man. That was the end of signing my book at the main LCS in the town I live in. Wah, wah, wah. Man. I don't know why. It's not really a fucked up story. It's like, hey, I went into an LCS. I said, hey, I'm the guy. Look it, I'm this guy. I'm Matt Bahr. I did this book, Rock and Roll Ninja. Would you be down for me to park my fat ass here and do a book signing for your customers? And he goes, yeah, no one's interested in this. No one's.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if that actual conversation was no one's interested. And then it ended there.
And he said from the last 10 years, no one's been interested in Dixon work. I know Matt's trying to frame this as like, oh my God, it's the Comicsgate thing that, they kept us from a signing. He was going to do a signing, but he's anti-comics. First off, Matt, if you really want people to get mad, you probably should name the place. I don't know where you live, and I don't know what comic book shop he's talking about. It'd be helpful to avoid that LCS, Anyway, he says, nobody in CG will give a fuck. ... 1, it doesn't involve Eric July.
Yeah, because you're up Eric July's ass, Matt Bahr. Who the fuck are you kidding?
2,
you and Yellow Flash.
2, it doesn't involve Ethan or his new gang of Eric Grift simps. WC2.slow.
Is it our fault Eric July is the topic of the day?
Well, first
Matt
off,
Bahr.
That should be 3 things, Matt Bahr, because it should be it doesn't involve Eric, doesn't involve Ethan, and then 3, it also doesn't involve his gang of Eric Grift simps. WC 2.slow. So, I think you're the slow one because you went for 2 points, should have been 3. Secondly, I think no one cares because, Matt, no one fucking knows. You fought with so many people that you're probably muted by like 90% of all Comicsgate people. I don't know who you're replying to here in this.
I didn't even know your comic book exists. Like, I didn't even know it got released.
Yeah, I don't know who you're replying to, but maybe, Matt, if you got an oar, made a couple of videos and made some noise, put a hashtag, there's no hashtag Comicsgate. How are people supposed to find this, Matt? Nobody. nobody is listening to you because whenever someone asks you a question, you just fight with them on the internet. Matt Bahr fighting on the internet, always.
Every time I log
fighting.
on, I see Matt Bahr fighting on the internet.
Dickington Post says nothing about this even sounds true. There's no name, so you can't confirm. That's the other thing, right?
Yeah, it sounds suspect to me.
He hasn't put his Dixon stuff. I know how people like Matt operate. He's not naming the place to facilitate lying. Yeah, that's also why he didn't put hashtag
Eric Julyisms. Yep.
Yeah, he didn't put hashtag Comicsgate. He didn't tag anybody. And then he's going to cry and bitch and moan about how nobody talked about it. Guys, nobody talked about my Rock and Roll Ninja signing that wasn't a real signing, but I almost had one. But then the guy said he didn't want to do it because no one's interested in it. But I was canceled just like Ethan, and no one cared. No, see, Matt, no one cares because, again, you didn't tell anybody. Nobody fucking knows. You're muted by like 90% of fucking Comicsgate for being a fucking spurg on the internet, constantly fighting with people. Apparently, everybody he's fighting with now, if you don't have a name and you start fighting with Matt Bahr, he just fucking calls you me, Riley, or Ethan. Like, if someone starts fighting with Matt Bahr or ask him a question and he doesn't like the person, he's like, oh, wait a minute, that person doesn't have a photo. You must be Tony or Ethan or Riley.
Are you an obviously,
alt? Yeah. Regular people don't exist. You don't have a name, so you must be an alt account. Like, no, man.
Even though I'm the one using the alt accounts, right?
Yeah.
Here's my lawyer, my alt account.
We don't bother with this shit. It's petty. It's bullshit. I don't have time for alt accounts. Man, I would love to be either of those.
Look at
Slim
that.
Weepaw says I can beat up Matt Bahr. I could probably beat up Matt Bahr. He weighs like $120.
Sandman didn't even know Matt Bahr existed until we started talking about him.
Lunchcast says, how much money to have you go to my comic link and check out the pages on it? I don't know. 5? 10? 5? We'll go with 5. 5 and a link. Or at least hit me up somewhere where I can get the link. Matt is really salty about CG. He is.
He is.
Apparently, he was crying about this, and he's crying about Ethan kicking him out of CG.
It's not our fault you're a ripatard. Like, come on. Eric July is a bane on all indie comic books. Let's be real here.
Doesn't Dixon work for Eric July now? He does. He's done work for Eric July, but he's not like an employee of Eric July. Right? He's still a contractor. And Jim Satala has been a member for 2 months.
Hop on to the lily pad.
And as far as this is the funniest thing, right? Because Matt was going to sue Mint, which was the stupidest thing. I wish Matt Bahr would have sued Mint because he would have lost in court so fucking. I don't know who his quote unquote lawyer was. His lawyer, this is clearly a defamation. No, Matt, you fucking retard. Clearly, it was not. Legally, defamation would have to cost you stuff, right? You have to be out money. Me just calling you names does not equate defamation in the United States. I have to call you names, and then people have to go, wait a minute, I'm not associating with Matt Bahr and giving him my money to do a job because of the names that Tony called him, right? That would be defamation. He has Eric July's rockstar lawyers. Dixon's still CG. He's just a writer mercenary. Yeah. So apparently Matt Bahr crying about rock and roll. So there you go, Matt. We brought some attention to your little almost signing. I don't know if it was really fucked up, like you said. Oh man, this is so fucked up, and nobody.
If it's your attempt to, get some word out that your comic book is out, good job. Yeah. In the most roundabout and bizarre way possible. Good job.
Also, he's been calling like Ethan gay or something. Apparently, like Matt's like really heartbroken. Really heartbroken. But Matt can't let a good opportunity go to waste because he actually tweeted about this again. Can you believe that?
Oh no.
And of course, I was sent. the screenshots. Guys, stop sending me Matt Bahr screenshots, okay? I don't particularly care, right? But if you guys, I mean, if it's like juicy, like if you got like some interesting screenshots, you can send me that. But it's just like, oh look, Matt Bahr said a stupid. I'm like, oh, that's not really interesting. But let's take a look at this. All right, so this is Matt Bahr. So apparently, this guy, a Deep Lord Colostomus, says Matt showed up whinging on Cecil's tweet. If he stopped fighting, so that must have been Cecil's tweet that he was replying to. If he'd stop, I thought he hated Cecil. Doesn't he? Matt Bahr hate Cecil? Or some shit.
It's Matt Bahr picking fights again.
No, but I'm saying
even if he says he'll say that he distances himself from people, but he'll still go back at them for some reason.
See, Wilbur says yes. Yeah, like he takes shots at Cecil all the time. So why is he even like replying to Cecil's tweets and stuff? Like Matt Bahr hates Cecil and Anna. Yeah. So Matt Bahr went into a Cecil tweet to bitch and moan about his Rock and Roll Ninja signing. Why did Matt originally turn on Ethan in the CG? Well, Matt Bahr turned on Ethan in CG because Matt Bahr is an unfunny prick. What happened was, and because Matt's a child in an adult
humorless,
mind, humorless. Riley said a thing. Riley said, "I'm going to." So originally, Matt Bahr got into it with Rippaverse. Rippaverse is our friend. He's Riley's friend. And then Matt was making the implications that Vito might be a pedo. And Riley does not take that lying down. So Riley was very upset. So Riley DM'd Matt Bahr and said, I'm going to rape you, Matt Bahr. And I'm not kidding. I'm going to do criminal activities against you. I'm going to dress you up as a sailor, and I'm going to rape you, Matt Bahr. So instead of Matt just blocking Riley and ignoring him, because obviously Riley's not raping anybody.
It's an absurd joke.
Yeah, he blew up and like had a shit fit. And so when Mint tried to go and say, hey, just ignore Riley, he'll tucker himself out. Riley's like a toddler, he'll just get tired and he'll shut up. But if you engage with Riley, he's gonna keep it up, right? So just ignore Riley. But Matt Bahr took exception to that. He was very upset that Mint would tell him to ignore Riley because Riley threatened to rape him. So Matt Bahr blocked Mint. Blocking Mint kicked her out of the green room for the Comicsgate. So Ethan was like, Matt, what are you doing? You can't be blocking people. You got, just mute them. So then Matt was very upset that Ethan would question why he blocked Mint. And then it just kept spiraling and snowballing from there. Matt Bahr seems like he's suffering from schizophrenia. I think he's suffering from too much fucking weed.
Yeah.
Did Matt see a penis in the cloud? I think he did.
I'm not joking. It has to be the weed.
And he fucking fried his brain. All right. What are we going to do here? Anything Goes says Riley and Mint are the future of entertainment on YouTube. Matt Bahr is the past. No one will miss. Yeah. So Riley is like a Andy Kaufman absurdist humor. He like goes as far as he can take it. He pushes it to the line. But he's harmless, right? He's not going to like kill anybody. He's not going to rape anybody. But Matt takes everything so fucking serious. Everything is super serious to Matt. And he just can't let shit go. Like he's still spurging out about me. He blocked me like months ago.
Just like Jim Satala is saying, he's extremely paranoid. That's the problem with him.
And he's blocked me months ago, and I don't even talk about him or think about him. And apparently he's like accusing people of being me. I'm like, what the fuck? Plus, for 5 New Zealands, How much is 5 New Zealands? Why do you guys do this to me? That's 60 cents. No, one New Zealand, so $3. You gave me $3. Thank you, Pledgecast. I'm only asking because I gotta put the total in so we all know. He says nothing, no fucking comment, but he wants us to check out his comic. We'll get to that after this Matt Bahr stuff. So yeah, so apparently Matt's going crazy, and apparently he was replying to Cecil. He was whinging. If he'd stop fighting with other CGers, I'd actually watch his channel. Oof. So here's Matt. He goes, so me mentioning an LCS turning a signing event down because Dixon and I are Comicsgate is whining. No, okay, so first off, he said whinging with the G, Matt. He didn't say you were whining. He said you were whinging. Secondly, in the story you told, the guy didn't turn anything down because you were CG. I mean, you said in your own words that the guy said when he found out who the writer was, and he turned it down because of Dixon, and that his fans weren't interested in anything Dixon has done in the last 10 years, especially the Comicsgate stuff. So from what I got from that was the guy was like, hey, Dixon hasn't wrote anything good in a while, and my fans aren't even buying the Comicsgate shit, right? That Dixon is involved in. You didn't say anything in that story where the guy was like, oh, we don't deal with fucking CG's not welcome here, or blah blah blah. He didn't kick you out of the store and like threaten to beat you up or something. And again, he didn't say anything about you, Matt. He said it was about Dixon. Goes on to say, so what do you call at John Malin, at Shane Davis Art, talking about Chicago? That's whiny too then. How about Anna getting canceled because she's Azorian? Major league whining. Ethan's endless. You didn't tag Ethan, right? You tagged John.
You see, these diatribes look weird. I noticed something. The way he tweets, he's always like bringing up shit that people don't know about. This is a prime example. Like, and then he, from nowhere, he'll bring up you and your AI art. Just like as if everybody knows, you know. It's like very schizophrenic the way he types.
Ethan's endless trash cans are coping / wine sessions. Nobody's canceling you because you haven't done anything worth canceling. Deep Lord didn't say anything about canceling. He didn't say, hey, anybody's canceling me or Matt, what the hell is your problem? He's legitimately fucking retarded, isn't he? What's Azorian? Azorian is a island. It's like a small island in like off of Portugal or something that I guess Anna is from. It's like a subset, like a not a whole race, but like an ethnicity within Portugal or something like that. He did make the comic.
Yeah,
Matt should just make the comic.
He did, but the problem is it's prompting him to cause more fights. Look at this.
Well, he didn't do the comic. He drew. So your boy Zach and Chuck Dixon were the writers and idea guys. They brought in Matt to draw it. And it was late because something about your boy Zach dragging his feet on it or something.
So hold on a minute. Let me get this straight. None of the Rock and Roll Ninja in its entirety are Matt Bahr's ideas. Except
he
for
might
the
have
artwork, I guess, like artistic decisions.
Yeah, I guess maybe the artistic. But I don't think nothing of the writing.
And he's out here judging us. Wow. Okay.
Existing a business arrangement is the same to Matt as cold selling your book door to door. Pure autism. No wonder he hates autistic people. Yeah. Was Rock and Roll Ninja good? I don't know. I didn't get it.
We'll have to wait for people to review it. It's out there anyway. I'm expecting Black Angus to review it.
So we'll see. But that is the weekly Matt Bahr update. Matt Bahr, please get some help. There are good facilities you can go to, people you can talk to about it.
Get off the weed, get better friends.
Yeah. All right. Let's do some detracting. Let's do some. Actually, wait. Hold on. We gotta go. I have to go and see where the hell's his name? I just got the fucking money from him.
Strange Signal.
No, not Strange Signal. I just got the money from him. I said.
Oh, Plungecast. Plungecast.
Plungecast. Yeah. There you go. Where the hell's that at? There we go. Plungecast. Go to channel. I'm sure he's got a link. At Plunge Comics. Robot Nation, is that the one we're looking at? Did he say yes? I can't see.
We're waiting for Plungecast to confirm. He said yes. All right.
Yeah. Okay. But before we get to that, we got a $2 super chat from Pilgrim Media. It says these strong THC products can cause psychosis. That's why I don't do drugs. I don't do drugs. Never have, never will. I'm all natural, baby.